Hi everyone, my name is Abby Andrew and welcome back to the René of Paris channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my tips on how I like to do my day-to-day makeup look as someone with alopecia with no eyelashes and no eyebrows. I've had alopecia since about the age of 2 and I've been wearing wigs since about the age of 7, so I've had a few years to kind of figure out how I like to do my makeup with my brows and my eyelashes. And there of course are so many different ways that you can do your brows. I personally like to use pencils. There are of course pomades, there's those temporary tattoos that a lot of people like, so you can check out so many different options to find what works for you. In this video, I'm also going to be doing a day to night look. So I'm going to start out with my day-to-day makeup look if you want to see how I did the makeup that I'm wearing right now. And then later on in the video, I'm also going to show how I transition that makeup from a day to night look and maybe touch it up a little bit for more of a nighttime look if I'm going out at the end of a workday or something like that. So let's go ahead and jump right into the makeup routine. The first step of my makeup routine, which I've already done, is my primer as well as sunscreen. I like this 2-in-1 product from e.l.f., the Sun Touchable Whoa Glow product. This is a really great 2-in-1 product just to simplify the routine. I like to wait for that to set a little bit before putting on my concealer, and then I move on to an e.l.f. concealer. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I don't usually wear foundation, but of course you can also do foundation at this step as well. I kind of use the concealer as foundation, and I just put it on any parts that I want to kind of highlight, add a little brightness to. So I usually put it just here, put a little bit on the tip of my nose, some in the T-zone here, and a little bit on my chin. And then I use a makeup sponge to blend that out. Brows for me are a key part of my alopecia makeup routine, so let's go ahead and jump into that next. I like to mix and match 2 different brow pencils to give more of a dynamic look instead of just using one color and one pencil tip. That way it kind of gives more of a dynamic look. Usually I go ahead and start with my e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. I like this one because it's retractable. Whenever I do my brows, I like to have a really precise tip because then that can help give the individual brow hair effect. To map out my brows, I usually kind of line it up using my nose. So I put the pencil here and then put it up kind of at an angle to mark the start of my brow. And then to help make it symmetrical, I map it out that way on either side. I also line it up here and put it over the pupil. Kind of do a straight line to get the highest arch of my brow. Do that on the other side. And then you can also line it up with the outer corner of your eye to get the farthest length of where your brow will go. This is just a helpful tip that I use to map out my brows. I don't necessarily map them out like this every single time, but it's a really good kind of guideline for doing your brows. With this pencil, I then go ahead and just draw very light, feathered brow hairs. Try to keep it sparse because then I'll use the other product to fill in the gaps. Next, I'm going to go on with this NYX Lift and Snatch Liquid Brow Pencil. It's kind of similar to a liquid eyeliner, but for your brows. And then I just kind of go over what I've already done with the pencil. This kind of adds just a different shade to the brows, just to add more dimension to it. Next, I'm going to go in with this lip and cheek cream. This is from my Subtle Beauty Stack. I really like this product a lot because it's a lot of product in one. You have a setting powder, bronzer, lip and cheek cream, and a couple of other things in here. So it's really easy to simplify your makeup routine. It looks like this, and it's for your lips and cheeks. I usually just go in with my finger, put a bit on my cheeks here. Depending on the makeup look that I am going for, sometimes I like to kind of bring it across the bridge of my nose. It kind of gives a little cute sun-kissed look as well. Then I also put that on my lips. Now I'm going to go in with some bronzer and contour. This is definitely up to personal preference. Some people like to contour the sides of their cheekbones. I like to focus on the bridge of my nose, so I just put a bit here, kind of making like a little triangle on either side, just to add a little bit more dimension to my face. I like to put it a little bit under my nose and then a little bit above the tip of my nose to create the look of an upturned tip of the nose. Contouring is definitely something that you can do up to your personal preference or your own face shape and the way you like to do your makeup. Because I'm doing a day to night routine for eyeshadow, sometimes I'll even just use my bronzer as eyeshadow to keep it simple, and then when I transfer it into a nighttime look, I might add some other eyeshadow as well. But for now, I'm just gonna go in and do a really easy, light bit of bronzer as eyeshadow, and then blend it out with my fingers. Now I'm going to go ahead and set everything that I've done so far using the setting powder in this Subtle Beauty stack. It comes with a little brush here. Just tap it in like that, and then just tap it over my face, especially any parts that look particularly shiny from the concealer. And then I do a light tap over the brows as well to mattify them. This also helps to set the brows to keep them lasting throughout the day. Next, I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. liquid eyeliner and just do a little bit of a cat eye. I started doing cat eye makeup growing up when I was trying to cover up the fact that I don't have eyelashes due to alopecia and I wasn't comfortable wearing fake eyelashes yet. For me personally, I find that adding a little bit of black liquid eyeliner kind of conceals that area if you do want to kind of hide the fact that you don't have eyelashes, and just kind of makes a nice makeup look without having to do anything too over the top like doing eyelashes. I also like to add in some little bottom lashes, just to also cover up the fact that I don't have bottom lashes of my own, but I also just like the look of the eyeliner there. Because I will be putting on fake lashes over this eyeliner, I'm not too careful about making sure it matches completely on the actual eyelid because that'll be covered by the fake lashes anyway. I'm also going to go ahead and add a little bit of highlight on the high point of my cheek. Then I like to put a little bit on the tip of my nose, there. I'm also going to put a little bit in the inner corners of my eye for a very natural, subtle eyeshadow look. Today I'm going to be wearing a wig with this makeup look, but if I'm choosing to do my makeup on a day where I'm not going to be wearing a wig, sometimes I like to bring the highlight up a little higher, or maybe do some more contouring up around my head as well, but today I'll be wearing a wig. Next, we're going to move on to lashes. I like to wear a pair of lashes for quite a few wears because I find that once you wear them a few times, they become much easier to apply because they naturally start to shape to your eye. But when you open a new pair of lashes, make sure to trim them to your eye shape to make sure they go on seamlessly. When I wear black liquid eyeliner, I like to use a lash glue that dries dark because then it just blends nicely in with the black liquid eyeliner. I'm not too picky about eyelash glue brands. I like to use Duo a lot. Today I'm just using this one, but anyone that dries dark is great. This is one that I'm trying out recently because it says that it's waterproof, so we can put that to the test. And then to make my eyelashes extra secure, I like to use two different lash glues, one that I put on the band itself and one that I put on my eyelid over the eyeliner. This is a Duo eyeliner lash glue, so you apply it just like you would eyeliner, but I like to put it over the eyeliner that I already have on. It's just the Duo Lash and Line. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little bit of lash glue on the lash band. Depending on the brand of lash glue you're using, you usually want to make sure the lash glue sets for about 30 seconds and becomes tacky before putting it on your eye. Once the lash glue is tacky, it's much easier to apply and won't be slipping everywhere. Usually putting lash glue on the lash band itself is enough, but just to make sure it stays secure throughout the day, I do like to use this lash glue liner on my eyelid as well. Just put the lash in place and then carefully make sure it's completely touching your eyelid with your fingertips. But be careful not to get glue on your fingers because then you might risk accidentally pulling the lash off with the glue. For a simple nude lip, I just go in with a lip liner that matches the color of my natural lips and outline it, and sometimes I like to overline my top lip just a little bit. then I go in with a neutral gloss. Today I'm going to be using the Butter Gloss from NYX, and this is in the color Tiramisu. And that's my everyday makeup routine for alopecia. If I'm just doing a really quick day, sometimes I'll just do brows and maybe just eyeliner. I don't always do lashes, but for a day-to-day makeup look where I'm going to be going out throughout the day, I like to have lashes and maybe some extra highlight and a lip gloss. To complete the look for the day-to-day wear, I like to finish it off with a easy go-to daily wear wig. For me, that's any wig that I can easily throw on with very minimal effort and just go out the door for a day-to-day look. Today I'm going to be wearing Thea, the beautiful human hair wig from the Amore Collection. This is a really fantastic daily wear human hair wig because it's a really nice manageable length, and it's just really beautiful with minimal styling. And it just takes 2 seconds to put on. I don't usually wear a wig cap or a wig grip with my wigs, but you can also do that as well. But I find that they're very comfortable and secure, just put directly on my shaved head. This wig features a monofilament wig cap. It's fully hand-tied and also has a lace front. When putting on a lace front wig, you want to make sure that no hairs are tucked underneath the lace. You can do that by very gently just running your finger under the wig cap. With a human hair wig like this, you have a lot of styling versatility and a lot of options. So once you put on your human hair wig, you can choose to curl it or straighten it or change the style however you like. But I think I'm just going to leave it just as it is for today. Once I'm done with my makeup look, I often like to check on my brows and see if they're still the shape that I want, especially once I put a wig on. Depending on what wig I'm wearing, sometimes I like to make my brows more arched or less arched depending on the wig style. Today I feel like these brows match well with Thea. Even though I've been doing brow makeup for so many years now, I still feel like I have days where maybe they're not completely shaped correctly. One really good tip that I have for this to see if your brows are symmetrical is sometimes I'll just take my phone and take a phone selfie. For some reason that makes it a lot easier to see if your brows are even, and that's just a really easy tip that I have. And then always set your brows with a setting spray to make sure that they last throughout the day. Now let's go ahead and transition this makeup look into more of a nighttime look. Let's say you're at work one day and you're meeting up with friends for dinner after work and you want to just spruce up your makeup a little bit. Here are some things that I do to change my daytime makeup look into more of a nighttime makeup look. For me, it's really just as simple as adding a little bit of eyeshadow. So I'm going to go ahead and use a color from this palette. I love all the color options in this palette. I'm just going to use this kind of wine colored eyeshadow. I'm going to use a fluffy brush and I'm going to tap off the excess so it doesn't all come out at once on my eyelid. And I like to just put that on my crease. Usually when I'm doing eyeshadow, this is a step that I would do before doing my eyeliner and lashes, but this is just to show how you would change up a makeup look, starting with the makeup look that you already have on. And don't be afraid to use your fingers to blend it out if that's a little bit easier for you. That's also a really great on-the-go makeup tip if you don't have all your makeup brushes with you. And I'm also just going to use a little bit more of that highlight eyeshadow that I used earlier and just blend that in with that wine color. I was going to take a little bit more of that highlight and just add it to my brow bone just under my brow arch. To change the hair for a nighttime makeup routine, if you're wearing a synthetic wig, it's as easy as just switching to a different wig, or if you're someone that likes to have just one wig with you, you also have the option of changing up the style that you have with the human hair wig if you have time to curl it or something like that to kind of dress it up for a nighttime look. But with wigs, it is really nice to have the option to just take one wig off and put a different wig on if you want to have a more dressed up look for the evening. To keep things simple, to kind of dress up this hair a little bit, I'm just going to put it in a half up, half down ponytail. And it's as simple as that. So here is the final look. I hope this video was helpful to all of you. If you found some tips here that would be helpful for doing your makeup with alopecia, and of course, emphasis on the fact that makeup is of course optional. These are just some tips that you can use to help feel more confident if you want to add a little bit of makeup to your daily routine. Let us know in the comments below which of these tips you found the most helpful and if you think you're going to incorporate any of these tips into your own makeup routine. And again, if you're interested about the wig I'm wearing right now, this is Thea, a beautiful Remy human hair wig from the Amore Collection. If you want to view any of our wigs, including this one, you can check out all of the information on our website, reneofparis.com, and see all of the different color and style options available. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube and Instagram, René of Paris. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.